So, girls, yesterday we finished the first part, a part in the grammar question. We finished the singular and the plural nouns, and we start with the types of nouns. We covered the common and the proper. Let's talk about the third type of nouns today, which is the collective noun. Okay? When I say collective, you still remember what I mean by collective? Comes from the word collect.
I think I remember it's like a group,
What is it? What do we
like
mean
a
by
group of
collect? Group, excellent. When I have a group of, for example, animals, a group of humans, a group of things, maybe together, and I talk about them as one unit, so there is a group, and I talk about them as one unit, okay? So I use a singular noun for them. This noun shows me that I'm talking about a group, then we call it collective noun. Collective, because it comes from the word collect. Okay, example, you are students, right? I say student. Student is not a collective noun because it shows me that I have more than one student. But when I say the class, for example, and notice something here, the class, I don't mean the place. I mean the class has a trip to the zoo today. The class here in the word class, in the noun class, I mean the students themselves will go on a trip. So here the students, I collected them together. I talked about them as in one unit. Okay, so I call this noun a collective noun. What do I call it? Collective
noun.
noun. Excellent. I call it collective noun. Good. But, another example about animals, for example, the herd. Okay. The herd of elephants. The herd of elephants. Okay. Played beside the lake. Right. What is the collective noun here? The herd of elephants. Well, what is the collective noun, girls?
Herd.
Herd, that's right. Herd, because when I say herd of elephants, okay, so I have more than one elephant together as a group, we call them herd. Okay, so this is a collective noun. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the worksheet and try to do number 5. يلا لمار, start.
The question, right?
Yes.
Underline the collective noun found in each sentence.
Okay, just
A.
underline collective noun.
A flock of sheep was happily grazing in the field. Flock.
Flock. Sorry, underline, not search. Flock. Flock is a collective noun. It shows me that there is a group of sheep together. Thank you, Yalama. Rena, Rena,
Yes,
number
yes.
2.
A long flight of steps
No, mess,
lead to
mess,
the
mess,
top.
mess. B. Where did you go? We solved A, now it's B. Letter B.
All night, all night
We could,
we called,
we could,
we could hear the pack of wolves howling.
yes. And the voice that they make at night is called howling. Okay, so all night we could hear the pack of
Here,
wolves howling. So here is a noun. Here is a noun.
no,
Uh-huh. We want the collective noun. Collective noun. The noun that shows a group. Where is it? There is a noun that shows there is a group. I'm talking about a group as one unit.
night,
Not mess. Night is a noun that shows a group. Group, like here we said a flock of sheep. Flock shows me that I'm talking about a group of sheep. Don't you notice here that they said all night we could hear the pack of wolves howling? Pack. Pack of wolves. This means a group of wolves. So pack is the collective noun. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Lana?
See?
Lana?
Look,
Yeah.
yes. Looking out to sea, we notice a pod of dolphins swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Pod.
Pod. Excellent. Pod of dolphins. You see, we say pod of dolphins. Lamar again.
The pride of lions slept all day on the African plains. Pride.
Pride. Thank you. Pride. Lana?
Yes.
Yeah, continue.
A long flight of steps led to the top of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Then
What? Repeat it. A long flight of steps led to the top of the water. Where is the collective noun?
steps
Steps is a collective noun. Notice something, guys, that the collective noun is treated as a singular noun.
led.
Led is a verb, Yalana. Led, lead. Led is the simple past tense of lead. This sentence shows you a group of what? It talks about what group? A group of steps.
Step
Okay, so the collective noun that shows the group of steps is the flight. A long flight of steps. Say flight of steps. So flight is the collective noun that shows me that there is a group of steps. So flight is the collective noun. Please, girls, you have to go back to the lecture to revise the long list of collective nouns. Last one, our cat has just a litter of 7 kittens. Where is the collective noun here, girls? Our cat has just a litter of 7 kittens.
Litter.
Litter, that's right. Litter of kittens, litter of puppies. When they are together, we say litter. Clear? Clear, girls? Miss, I'm talking to you. Is it clear? Do you still have any questions about the collective nouns?
Oh, yeah, that's clear.
Okay, good. Now let's move to the last types of the nouns, which are the concrete and abstract. Who still remembers the concrete and abstract nouns? Uh-huh. Right. Let me give you 2 examples. Bear and love. Bear, this is A, and love. These are 2 nouns, right? Both are nouns.
Yes.
Which one you can feel it with your you can recognize it with your senses? I mean, you can smell it, you can touch it, you can hear it,
Bear.
you can see it, or even you can taste it. The bear. Okay, bear, we can recognize it with our 5 senses. Okay, the love, can we recognize it with our 5 senses?
No.
No, it's just a feeling or an idea that we think about it, right? So which one is the
Yeah.
concrete and which one is the abstract?
The concrete is the bear and the abstract
Bear.
is the love.
Excellent. The noun that you can recognize it with your 5 senses is called concrete. But the noun that you just think about it or feel it inside your heart, then it is an abstract noun. That's it. Okay? Yalla Lamar, let's start. Read each sentence.
Decide whether the underlined noun is concrete or abstract.
Mhm.
Write C for concrete and A for abstract. A. He was given an award for his courage.
Courage. Courage. Is it abstract or concrete?
Miss, what does courage mean? I kind of forgot.
Braveness, courage, braveness.
Oh, abstract.
Abstract for sure. Okay. Girls, B. The door slammed shut. Door.
Like all of us answer?
Why not? You can answer.
Okay, then concrete.
Concrete. Excellent. Lana, if you want, you can answer. C. She thought that happiness was the most important thing in life. Happiness.
Concrete.
Concrete.
No, abstract. No.
Abstract. Happiness. Abstract. D. He dropped his phone with a crash.
Concrete.
Concrete, for sure. Phone is concrete now. E. Time is a great teacher. Time.
Concrete.
Time is concrete. Think about it. Time is concrete. You see the time with your eyes. You see, you touch it with your hand. You hear it. Time is what?
An abstract.
Abstract now.
Noun.
Sure. His art teacher applauded his creativity. Creativity.
Concrete.
Abstract.
Concrete. This means that you have to recognize it with your senses. Ask yourselves, can I see it? Can I touch it? Can I smell it? Can I hear it? Or even can I taste it? If no, then it's an abstract. Creativity, I cannot see it. Yeah. G. She moved the chair into place.
Concrete.
Concrete, simply, I can touch the chair, I can see the chair, and even when I move it on the floor, I can hear its sound. It's concrete. H. He always made his bed before leaving for school.
Concrete.
Concrete, bed, concrete. I. She accidentally
Concrete.
stubbed her toe on the table.
Table.
That's right. Last one.
Concrete.
He had put
Perfume is
on
concrete.
too much perfume.
Concrete.
Can we move now? Now it's very important to pay attention because the tense that we're going to revise is very important for the writing. Okay? Simple present tense. Who still remembers when we use the simple present tense? When do we use the simple present tense, girls, boys?
When we're talking
We're talking about what? Please, you have to be faster, guys, girls. Yeah. When we're talking about what? When we want to express what? What did you say?
Feeling.
we're talking about the past.
Miss, I say simple present tense, you say past. We're saying simple present tense. What should it make with the past? I say simple present tense. First of all, this means that the actions happen in the present. Okay, but at what time in the present?
Future.
Miss, present. What has present to do
Now.
with the future? Miss, please focus. Past, present, future are three different tenses. I'm saying present. So present means the present. Okay? For example, if I ask you what do you usually do on weekends, you have to express this action using simple present tense. Why? Because what you usually do means that it's like a habitual action for you. So when I'm talking about actions that they are repeated or always repeated or they regularly happen, we have to use the simple present tense. Uh, These actions are shown by using the adverbs of frequency, like always, often, usually, rarely, never, okay? Sometimes. So these
Okay.
actions are called like habitual actions. They become like habits. Also, I use the simple present tense to talk or to mention facts. When I'm mentioning facts and real information, I have to use the simple present tense. When I'm talking about nature or science, also I have to use the simple present tense. Okay, when I'm telling jokes or when I'm expressing my feelings or what I'm thinking about, my thoughts or the appearance, I have to use the simple present tense. Okay, so these are the usages for the simple present tense. Habitual actions, facts, general truths, I mean things, actions related to nature and science, jokes, feelings, and everything related to the senses. Okay, you have to use the simple present tense. But now, how do I form the verb in the simple present tense? How do I form the verb in the simple present tense? For example, I want to use the verb work. Let's talk about myself. How I want to give a fact about myself or about the girl, that woman. The woman, okay, I have to use the verb work every Monday. What should I say? The woman, woman. Down, I will put another example, the woman, more than one woman, every Monday. Very capitalized. Okay, now let's put the verb correctly in the simple present tense. I say the woman, this is the verb. How do I write it? I say the woman work as it is. I'm talking to you guys. The
The
woman
woman, the woman works
work,
everyone.
works. That's right. In the simple
To
present
add an
tense,
S.
why did we add s? Because we have a singular subject. When we have a singular subject, the verb must take s. But what if I have a plural subject, the woman?
Work normally.
Work. I
You
do not
don't
add
change.
anything. I don't add anything. Okay. So the woman, one woman works. The woman work. Okay. Most verbs take s, but some verbs do not take s. If the verb, remember, if the verb ends with s, sh, ch, h, o, or z, then I should add es. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Yalla, let's go back to the worksheet. Write the verbs in brackets using the correct form of simple present tense. Okay? Who wants to
Okay.
start? Ali. Ali?
Yes.
Yalla, let's start.
She always her best. I read the first. Write the verb in the bracket using the correct form in simple present tense.
Yes.
She always forgot or something her purse.
Okay, forget. How do we write in the simple present tense?
Forgot.
What?
Forgot.
Mass present, not past. Present, present,
Forgot.
present.
Got us.
Forget. We add as.
Oh.
Forget.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Not okay. Good. Forget. Bravo. She is singular, so I have to add s to the verb. Thank you, ya Ali. Lamar.
Yes.
Yalla, B.
I travel to Korea every year.
Mm-hmm.
I travel to Korea every year. It's the same
Travel.
thing.
The same thing because the subject pronoun I is treated as a plural subject. We treat it like the plural subject. Okay, but it's singular because it talks about me, myself on. Lana, Lana.
Every 12 months, the Earth circles the sun.
Okay, so the earth what?
Circles.
Circles. Excellent. Circles. Thank you. Rina, Rina,
Yes, yes.
letter D.
He he always find a nice place to swim.
Mm-hmm.
It will be the same
Why?
because uh, because uh, because all we always
No,
have s.
all, no, 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 no. Us is originally from always, and we do not care about if the adverb of frequency has an S or no. I have to deal with the verb. I look at the verb and I look at the subject. He. He is a singular subject or a plural subject?
Singular.
Singular subject. Okay. So what should I do here? I should add S to the verb, and the verb is find. So we say he always finds.
Finds.
Excellent. He always finds. Thank you, Yagana. Lamar, again.
Okay. Cows feed on grass. Cows feed on grass. It stays the same again.
Because cows is plural. Thank you. Ali Hussein. Ali.
Artie and her husband
Mhm.
live in yes.
Yes, continue, continue.
Artie and her husband live in Singapore.
Mhm.
Live.
Live, live, live. That's right. Okay, continue. G. Lana. Lana.
This machine, yeah,
Yeah, yalla, continue, continue.
this machine mixes the sand and water.
Mhm. Okay, what do you add here? S?
ES.
ES. Excellent. Last one. Rami try very hard to satisfy his customers. Who wants to answer it?
Tries.
Tries. How do I write this?
Tries.
TRIES.
Why did you remove the Y here? Why did you remove the Y, Alamar? Because we have a consonant letter before the Y. When you want to add S to the verb and it ends with Y, and before the Y there is a consonant letter, then I have to cross out the Y and add I, E, S. Okay?
Oh, okay. Now I know I crossed the way.
Okay. Yes. Uh, there was just a mistake in the order of questions. I'm going to leave the compound sentences till the end. Now let's move to change the sentences into negative, then into interrogative. You still remember what we should use to change the sentences into negative and the simple present tense? What helping verb do you want to use?
We put not
Okay,
or
not,
don't.
do not, or
Does not.
doesn't. Do not for the plural subject and doesn't for the singular subject. Okay? And notice something, when I use does not, I have to remove the s from the verb, okay?
Okay.
Because does takes there. Yeah, let's start with number one. Let's make the negative. Then we talk about the interrogative, the question. Lori and Dan always study together at the library. Who wants to do it?
Lori and me.
Yeah,
Lamar.
yeah,
Lori and Dan always study together at the library. Lori and Dan don't always study together at the library.
excellent. Lori and Dan don't always study together at the library. Okay, but now if I want to make it in the interrogative, in the question, if you remember, we said that we can form the questions in two different ways. We can have it a yes no question,
Oh,
and we
can
can have
I?
it with a WH word question. Yalla, start, ya Lana.
Did Lori and
Okay,
Dan
why? Why did you
always
use
study
did?
together?
Miss, why did you use did? Are we expressing the actions here in the simple past tense?
Do, Lori
Do.
and
We
Dan.
use don't in the present. So in the question, if you want to make it yes, no question, you have to say do, not did, because it's in the present. Do Lori and Dan. Did you get it, yeah, Lana? Lana, is it clear? Miss, I'm talking about the simple present tense, so I have to forget about the simple past. Okay? Or if I want to make it with a WH word, I can simply ask, where do Lori and Dan always study? Let me write it here. Where do Lori and Dan always study? And I have to remove at the library because where asks about the place. Clear? Clear?
Yeah.
Let's do number 2, guys. Tanya enjoys hiking with Chris on weekends.
Tanya doesn't
Doesn't.
enjoy hiking with Chris on the weekend.
Excellent. Tanya is singular. So it must take does not. And when I use does not, I have to remove the S from the verb. So Tanya does not or doesn't enjoy hiking with Chris on weekend. Yeah, make it a question. Make it in the interrogative form. Guys, make it in the interrogative.
Do Tanya enjoys hiking with Chris on weekends?
Lana, listen to me, Yamek.
Does.
Listen, ya Lamar. I want to talk to Lana. Lana, Tanya is singular. And here we use does not. So when I want to form the yes no question, I have to use does also. When I have a plural subject, I use do. Lana, did you get my point? Lana,
Not so much.
miss. In the present tense, when you want to form yes no
Not so
question,
much.
when you want to form yes no question, you have to use do or does. Do for the plural subject and does for the singular subject. Tanya here is a singular subject, so I have to use does. Does Tanya enjoy hiking with Chris on weekends? That's it. That's it. Is it clear now? But when you have a plural subject like up, Lori and Dan, you say do Lori and Dan. Is it clear now? Okay, good. I'm going to leave 3 and 4 for you because we have to talk about the compound sentences. So here, this way we could end everything related to grammar and writing. We can do it together when you go back on the last week to school. Right. Still remember the compound sentences? Let me in brief remind you with the compound sentences. First of all, to have a complete sentence, we must have subject and predicate and a complete idea. When I have one complete subject, one complete predicate, one complete idea, then I have one simple sentence, which we call it one independent clause. Clear? When I say clear, answer me if it's clear to move on.
Yes.
Okay, so when I have one independent clause, then I have one complete sentence, which we call it also one simple sentence. But when I join, for example, two or more independent clauses together that are related in a certain way to each other in ideas, okay, I combine them with a comma and one of the coordinating conjunction, or I combine them only with a semicolon, then this way I make a compound sentence. What do I make? I make a compound sentence. You might ask me, what are the coordinating conjunctions? I will remind you with them. They are the fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet. So